Hello, everybody. This is Carrie. I am here with a van update. I know that it has been a while since I have posted anything about the van. The last video I posted was about the treacherous drive to West Virginia to take it to the van conversion, and that was not a fun trip to West Virginia just because of the weather. It was during that snowstorm that we had in North Carolina, Virginia, and West Virginia back in January and but we did get it up there and we got back home safely. Everything went well with that. So now it's time for an update. And I wanted to let you know the progress because the van converter, BigLogan, and I'm going to shout out to his channel. He owns Mountaineer Vanworks, and he will be doing a video along the way if you're interested in how the van is being built. He will have week by week. I'm not sure when that will start, but I will put a link to his channel in the description so you can follow along if you're interested in that kind of thing and learning more about how to build out vans and the progress that is being made on the van. That will probably start, I guess, within the next couple weeks. And today I wanted to give you the progress of what he's been working on so far. It's exciting to see it all starting and getting ready, especially after all this time. I got the van from the Ford place back in, I think it was November, December, and then we got it up to West Virginia at the end of January. And he had another build that was taking a little bit more time than usual, so he didn't get to start on it until last week, and that's okay. We're not in any hurry. We know this is a process, and we are excited just to see it, starting. Like it's great. So I'm going to go through what has been done so far. He was working on the roof and installing the solar and the roof rack, also the uh, sunroof, and a place for the air conditioning and a place for the air vent. So all these things he's been working on, and also the flooring. So let's start with the sunroof because I'm excited about the sunroof. It's going to be right over the bed. That way, if I wanted to look out at the stars at night, and also the most exciting thing for me is that we'll be able to lock up the van and everything. And if we want to go through the top hatch of the sunroof to get out and then sit on top of the van and watch the stars, we can do that. I think that's exciting. It's going to be neat to be able to, look through it, with it open or be able to go out of it when it's closed or when it's open. And so that's something I'm looking forward to. I think that's going to be a great thing. Also, with my claustrophobia, it's another way for me to feel less anxious about being in a small space. And it was important to have windows in the sunroof for me. Not everybody, of course, needs a sunroof or wants a sunroof, but it was important for me to have that for peace of mind. And I think it's great. I think it's just going to be pretty awesome. Also, as a way out, heaven forbid anything happens, it's a good way to be able to exit if you need to. So he did get the flooring put in, and we went with the sandstone flooring, which I like. I like the neutral color. I'm not big on browns. I don't really like dark brown or pretty much any of the browns, like the farm colored things, butcher block and things like that. I'm not big on those kind of things. I don't really prefer that. I know a lot of people do in their builds, but that's not what I like. I know everybody's different. And so the inside the van, the flooring is already in, and I don't know what it is about flooring, but once that goes down, it finally feels like it's real, like things are starting. It's exciting. He is prepping, of course, for the electrical and the installation and the layout and framing and all that behind the scenes stuff. And there again, if you're interested in that, you'll be able to watch that on his channel. And you can really tell that, seeing all the work that's been done, that it's organized and intentional, and he takes pride in every detail. It's not a rush job. It's, craftsmanship, and he puts, you can tell that he really cares and that he is putting into it like his best work. And I'm really grateful that I found him. I had actually didn't really know where to look. I wanted to stay on the East Coast to find someone to help with the van build. And the only places that I could find for, custom van conversion was in New Jersey or Florida. I couldn't really find anything close by. A lot of, there's a lot of RV places that sell already made vans and things like that. But I wanted to customize mine. I knew after researching, I knew exactly what I wanted my layout to be and what would work for me, since I'm still going to be working, but also traveling. I have to have the best of, both, being able to do both of those things. And so it's, great. I was able to find him because it was interesting, because the people at Ford in Belmont, North Carolina mentioned that there was somebody in West Virginia. They weren't sure of the name of the person in West Virginia, but at least that gave me, they were going to look into it and find out for me, but at least that gave me enough to go on to, search for somebody in West Virginia. And then I found BigLogan and Mountaineer Vanworks. And I think, if you really want to see the technical side of the build, the wiring, the solar setup, the layout, all the stuff, I don't pretend to be an expert on any of this, but I would definitely go subscribe to his channel, and he'll be, posting those videos, so you'll be able to see those things. And of course, a huge shout out to Mountaineer Vanworks for bringing this whole vision that I have together. So what is coming next? So next, will be the prep on getting of course, the installation done and getting the electrical and the wiring up, and things like that. And then we're just going to be, taking it one week at a time and seeing how things play out. I'm honestly so excited to see this coming together, even on days that, I got so much going on and busy all the time with work, working 50 to 60 hours a week. Having this project moving forward means a lot. It's okay. It's taken a little bit longer time. I think I started back in June of last year, started getting serious about it. And then in September of last year is when I ordered the van. And then in November, December is when I got the van, just a 2026 Ford Transit. Nothing on it, but other than the things that I had customized for them to do, and then taken to West Virginia in January. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, for June. This is going to be the tentative date. Now, things could take longer depending upon some of the customizations, but we'll see. June 2026 is when I'm hoping I'm going to be able to go pick up the van, and I will keep y'all updated. Thank you for following along with this journey. More updates to come. I will let you know, and please tell me, what your thoughts are so far of what you've seen from these pictures and the videos and everything, and anything that you recommend, or if you're just, like following along with it. I appreciate you being here.